People disagree about many things in Call of Duty, but recently, the GOAT conversation has just one person in mind. That person being Ian Crimsix Porter, who has won over $1.4 million in prize earnings through his impressive 37 event wins. And hell, not many players can say they dominated the scene for over a decade and been a part of not just one, but 2 Call of Duty dynasties. But it's fair to say his career hasn't been without controversy. He has left a path of burning bridges behind, but still ended up winning. But does he have any bridge left? Does Crimsix still have more to give? Or is it looking likely that 2022 is going to be the end of Crimsix's career? Crimsix had a very similar story compared to a lot of other players who started competing over a decade ago. The prize money was so small that parents didn't see the career potential. And like many of you guys and myself as well, his parents limited his time gaming. But that didn't stop him. For context, one of the greatest players currently in Call of Duty, Simp, was just 8 years old at this point. After 4 events of moderate success, Crimsix decided he would test the waters in Halo, with his first ever event being MLG Dallas in 2011. I wonder who won that event. Once again though, Crimsix didn't see massive success in the Halo scene, so he decided to switch back again to Call of Duty, and well, the rest is history. He joined a team you might have heard of, Complexity, and he started off his incredible Call of Duty winning streak with first place in a Machinima Cup. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time, alongside his teammates Aches, TP, and Fears. And it wasn't until June 2013 where the dynasty really began. This is when Clayster, you probably have heard that name once or twice before, was picked up to replace Too Quick on Team Complexity, and this team went on to win 6 more events in Black Ops 2 and an early event win in Call of Duty Ghost. With the team having such success, you wouldn't expect a roster change, would you? Well, Complexity strived for even more, and I don't know why, but they ended up dropping Clayster for another big-time name in the Call of Duty scene. That was Karma. And well, you can't say it was a bad decision, because they won another 5 events, including Crim's first Call of Duty championship in 2014. But that's when things started to fall out. It was towards the end of Call of Duty Ghost, and it was seemingly looking like one dynasty was on its way out, but Crimsix had another idea. For the Advanced Warfare season, Crimsix decided to join Optic Gaming, teaming with teammates Scump, Formal, and Nadeshot. The team got off to a hot start, taking first place at UMG Orlando in 2015. In fact, they ended up going back to back to back. So they were undeniably one of, if not the best team in Advanced Warfare at the time, and they were the heavy favorite going in the COD champs. And then we all know what happened. And if you don't, all you need to know is the HBR came out. That is when Nadeshot decided to retire and move on from competing. And wow, there was so much success from that Optic Dynasty in the beginning of AW, they weren't able to get it done on the biggest stage. After Nadeshot retired, Crimsix decided this was the best time to reunite with former teammate Karma. He then went on to win a staggering 18 events with this team. It was Formal, Crimsix, Karma, and once again the king, everyone knows the king, Scump. They won 18 events across 3 titles. Although your boy did have to hop on the sticks overseas to help him get 2 of the 18, this team was so impressive that they were in a total of 25 grand finals. There was only one team that could really stop him in Advanced Warfare, but I don't know who they were. And even though he already had countless major event wins at this point and a Call of Duty championship ring, Crimsix carried on the dynasty and the title of being the greatest Call of Duty player of all time, winning his 2nd ring with this team, cementing them as a true dynasty in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. As with all things in life though, all good things must come to an end, which it did after a very disappointing start to World War II. But he would still get one more win under the Optic banner, coming in Call of Duty Black Ops 4, the first event of the year. Then everything really changed when Call of Duty became franchised in 2019. So now we're in the CDL era, And Crimsix didn't find himself a part of Optic Gaming. He didn't find himself teaming with any of his teammates on that Optic Gaming team. He actually joined the Dallas Empire. They ended up becoming a top 2 team, going toe-to-toe with FaZe all year. They were really the only team that could compete with FaZe. And not just going toe-to-toe, ultimately they came out on top in Modern Warfare by winning COD Champs, and Crimsix took home his 3rd World Championship, despite it being online. And once Cold War dropped, the COD League returned to 4v4. Clayster being the lone man out, they thought that they could continue this hot streak that they were on, and they could continue having the success that they had in Modern Warfare. And while they showed glimpses of being a great team in Cold War, they had their fair share of issues. They finished the year without an event win, even though they came close a handful of times. And then things went full circle heading into the next Call of Duty, because Dallas Empire's parent company, Envy, merged with Optic. And unfortunately, he was up on the chopping block. He didn't get a spot, so he ended up joining a brand new team. It was the New York Subliners, and it was his 2nd reunion with Claystar. But once again, things really didn't click, and there were a lot of issues for not only Crimsix on an individual level, but the New York Subliners as a team. Clayster ended up being dropped, and the New York Subliners made a couple of roster moves where they started to show some sort of life. With Crimsix leading NYSL, they pulled out a Cinderella run. Coming from the deepest hole you could possibly find in your lifetime, the bottom of the CDL standings, all the way to qualifying for a spot to compete in COD Champs. But unfortunately, it just wasn't enough at the end of the day, and Crimsix went a 2nd year in a row without an event win. Unless you count the Pro-Am, but we're not counting it for this story. Now we're in the craziest part of the year. Roster Mania, the off-season, where teams are doing everything that they possibly can to pick up new players. And while this has been one of the greatest Roster Manias ever, it hasn't been for Crimsix. In fact, he has stated on stream that he has received no offers from any team in the league. And he said himself that the only person that can save him is Big Wake. But Crim has burnt bridges with both Vivid and Awakening, so it's not looking likely that he finds himself on a team going into the next Call of Duty. And I know we all want to see the greatest Call of Duty player of all time get another opportunity and see if he can add more championship wins to his resume. But is it looking likely? And if he doesn't find a team, is 2022 the end of Crimsix's career? Will he retire knowing that he's the greatest Call of Duty player of all time? Or is it possible that another player, and there are a few, come in and take that spot?